Hello and welcome to the Positively Pebbles podcast, the companion to my Positively Pebbles newsletter, looking to put more positivity, joy, and good news out into the world. Thank you so much for joining me, for being here for another episode of the podcast. Bloom into the fullest expression of yourself and let your authentic self shine through. This Sunday's issue of the newsletter was about looking forward to spring, the season of blooming. And while we mostly look at blooming and blossoming as something we see in the flowers and the trees, it's also worth looking at the season being a time when we can bloom and blossom as well. Over the next few weeks, we're going to start seeing flowers pushing through the ground. As the days go by, you'll see more and more green coming out of the buds on the trees. You will feel like the earth is waking up and stretching toward the sky. All of these things will be happening, and you'll see it if you take the time to notice. It is so easy for us to rush through our days. Obligations at work and home keep us extremely busy. But think about how much you'll miss if you don't slow down just a little to notice the changes happening around you. The same can be said for ourselves. There's a quote that I love by Anais Nin, who said, "And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." And I love it because it's a reminder that while it can be really difficult and often painful to take a risk, you'll come to find that staying stuck in one place for too long can actually end up being even more painful. Why? Well, I believe we all have so much potential within ourselves that for whatever reason, we haven't allowed that potential to blossom and come to the surface. Maybe out of fear, maybe you don't acknowledge or recognize that potential, or maybe it's because of mental and physical exhaustion. So what are some of the things that we can do to embrace or kind of jumpstart our blooming season? Well, when I stopped to really think about this, the first thing that came to mind for me was taking the time to look inward and ask myself some questions. What are the things that always seem to stay on my mind? The things that press on my heart and remind me not to give up on it. What is calling for your attention? Think about those things, and like any plant, how would you tend to it and get it to bloom? What is the water, the food, the pruning that you need to do to make that part of you come to the surface? And besides projects, ask yourself what qualities about yourself. What are those qualities you've been keeping below the surface? Are you hiding your creativity, pushing down your courage, limiting your laughter, shoving down your sensitivity, just shrinking yourself down? I get it. It takes bravery and vulnerability to not only bring these to the surface, but to allow them to blossom and shine. But you can do this. And in order for us to really and truly embrace and live our lives to the fullest, I think we owe it to ourselves to do whatever we can to stop shrinking ourselves and live life out loud with all of the beautiful qualities that we all have inside of us. So as you look around at the trees and the flowers and the new life that comes with the season, be sure to look inside as well. Give yourself sunshine and water and care and blossom into all that you were meant to be. This week's good news story is about Ryan, who is a 13-year-old from England. Back in 2023, he started collecting cans with the hopes of donating the money that he got for them to charity and also to care for the environment as well. He would ask businesses for spare cans, crush them at home, and his parents would take him to cash them in. Last year, he collected 8 tons of cans and raised $7,300 for a women's charity. And over the last 3 years, he's recycled about 1.5 million cans and raised $20,000, which he donated to charity. He's gotten so much attention for his work that his family was given an industrial crushing machine so he can bundle cans to make it easy to transport and store. When he was asked about his project, Ryan says, "Sometimes I think I'd rather be playing video games with my friends because I'm 13 years old. But actually, when I think about it more deeply, I really love what I do because I get to help people and families who are in need." The kids are going to be okay. Thank you so much for joining me for the Positively Pebbles podcast. Would love for you to join me on Sunday mornings with my Positively Pebbles newsletter, The Uplifting Way to Get Your Week Started. Details on how to subscribe in the show notes. Until next time, I'm Pebbles, encouraging you to not only embrace spring as a season to do more, but also to be more you.